Welcome to this Ready to Craft. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this magical unicorn wall hanger using Readi-Board. To begin, I've already printed off my template. I've also already trimmed away the white edges that are left behind by my printer. I'm going to cut this horn shape out from the background and then begin assembly. I like to cut away the excess paper before I begin gluing. I have my sheet of Readi-Board ready. I'm applying rubber cement along the lines of my template. Then I'll press it down. I will cut away the portion of unused foam board and set it aside for future projects. I'm cutting the general shape of the horn first. I'll go back in later to cut out the details. Then I'll remove the rest of the background in pieces. For this tiny little curve here, I like to elevate my foam board and push my hobby knife through. Be careful of your fingers if you work like this. You can always check from the back to make sure that your cut went all the way through both pieces of paper. After the rest of the project has been cut out, I'll go back and cut away the details of the horn. Then peel up the template. You can remove any excess rubber cement by simply rubbing it away with your finger. I'll go back in and clean up any edges that are a little messy. I also tend to be a clumsy crafter, so I'm going to reinforce the back of my horn with some masking tape. This is just in case I bump it, like I did the camera. Next, we're going to begin working on the mane. I've decided how long I want my yarn pieces to be, and then use some masking tape on my work surface to give me a guide. I'll work the yarn back and forth between my hands until I have a good amount. Then cut one of the ends. I've got my hot glue gun already warmed up. Starting from right behind the ears, I'll apply a little bit of hot glue at a time. then press my yarn strands into the glue. Now that I've got my mane done, we're going to move on to the forelock. Once I've completed my forelock, I'll use whatever yarn is left over on the rest of the mane. I have flipped my project over to glue these ends of the yarn down to the back. This next part is completely optional. If you like your mane how it is, you can continue on to the next steps. But if you want a more natural looking and full mane, this is how I achieved it. You're going to start with one strand of yarn. Twist it the opposite direction so that the individual strands separate. Sometimes it helps to use a needle. I found that it's helpful to take the project to the table while I work like this. Go through the forelock and the mane one by one and separate all the pieces. This looks a little difficult, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes really easy. It only took me about an hour to complete the entire forelock and mane. And you can see the results are definitely worth it. Take a little time to brush out and tidy up your hair. Then I'll cut the ends off. You may need to organize and trim the forelock a couple times. I found these faux flowers at my craft store. I'm going to remove them from the stems. Sometimes you have to glue the pieces together to make sure that the flower doesn't fall apart. Play around with your placement and see what looks best. Try adding some leaves or greenery too. Once I've decided my placement, I'll use a generous amount of glue. Hold the flower while the glue cools down. The reason that we applied our flowers first is because you want to see how the weight of them is going to affect your project. Now I'm going to add the ribbons to be able to hang my unicorn. plan on tying a bow at the top, so I'm giving myself a lot of extra. I'm also going to add a couple of glue dots to my project. This is just to help elevate the back off of my wall when I hang it. There you have it, a unique unicorn all of your own. If you try this craft out, we'd love to see it. Our social media links can be found in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If there's a foam board craft that you would like to see a ready to craft of, let us know in the comments.